And a touchdown for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Hey all, Rick here from Hamilton Sports Central, and we are doing the watch-along for today's preseason game between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Calgary Stampeders. And we are hoping to see that they actually have... That just went... Wow, that quick 2-second infomercial. I guess there's no stats or anything. This is odd. Usually they have scores. Oh, here you go. Game tracker. That's what I was looking for. There we go. I just was too early for the game tracker. So now we got to get rid of all of these. Welcome to all those that are joining over on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Greatly appreciated. At Calgary and quarter. Save and get that scrolling on the bottom. Let's get this cooking. So basically, we don't have TSN's coverage, so we get Calgary's video footage and their radio broadcasting. Yes, let's just get this started, please. Yeah, last football game for some players, and on others, it could be the start of their career. Really? You just did? So, this is starting in 3 minutes, and you only show footage for like 2 seconds, and you've already had 3 commercials. My Lord. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts today. This is going to drive me nuts. And I can already see people hating on, what is it, on TV commercials and everything. Finally, So we have the coin toss. We have Lee and Philpott for Calgary. And we have four players for Saskatchewan. Trying to see who they had. If it, this is, what the heck is his name? Richie. Can't think of the referee's name. It's been a while. I used to be able to tell who the ref. Okay, so Calgary's kicking from right to left, and Saskatchewan's receiving the ball. So do keep in mind, because Saskatchewan has this week and next weekend, and then they don't play for 2 weeks. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this. But this is your home game, so you play some of your. Last I seen there was like 7 vets. But there's players that are making a name for themselves to show that they're just not one and done players coming into the league. Okay, so we got the Dickinson brothers. You have Dave Dickinson and his brother, former head coach of the Riders 2 years ago, against Corey Mason, his defending Grey Cup, except for they're all, I counted 4 vets on their receiving group. Okay, I get that people they're showing highlights and game video, but can we just here we go with another commercial. Can we just hurry up and get this game started, please? And let's have this video in sync with the audio, please. I don't care about your countdown to kickoff, 24 seconds. Let's just hurry up. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah, you got that right. They're taking their times. As Calgary kicks it off, and it lands on. Kicks off for 62 yards to Saskatchewan 18, and Jay Johnson returns it for 17 yards to Saskatchewan 35. K. Thomas with the tackle. So we have Cohen is getting the start for Saskatchewan. Ooh, I'd say it's got 8 yards on that pass, so it's going to be 2nd and 2. That's not what I want. This is what I want. So Cohen passes to John A for 10 yards. Oh, so it was 10 yards. I didn't think it was 10 yards. Oh, that kind of started step there for a second. Anderson rushes for 4 yards to the Saskatchewan 49. O'Malley with the tackle, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line. Cohen throws incomplete to Duncan Busby, so this is going to be the first punting situation. It's going to be 3rd and 6 at the Saskatchewan 49. Oh. So Mirko punts at 77 yards out of bounds, and Saskatchewan gets the first point of the game with a single. So let's so let's go like this. Nope, I don't want that. This is what I want. Okay, so now that we got this, we can edit the banner. Ooh. So Choquette rushes for 11 yards to Calgary 51. Hughes with the tackle, first down, Stampeders. Adams passes to Choquette for 4 yards to Calgary 55, so it's going to be 2nd and 6. Hollis with the tackle. Oh, yeah, do that too. Adams passes to Philpott for 13 yards to Saskatchewan 42. Hollis with the tackle again, so it's another first down, Calgary. Vernon Adam throws an interception. So, intercepted by Nelson Lacombo. Returns it for a 1-yard loss. Janusis with the tackle. As we go to commercial. Okay, so apparently it's not a single. As they say. So we'll take that off. Anderson rushes for 3 yards to Saskatchewan 33. So it's 2nd and 7. Cohen rushes for 9 yards to Saskatchewan 42. Grant with the tackle, and it's a first down, Stampeders. Anderson rushes for 13 yards to Saskatchewan 55. Grant with the tackle. And it's another first down for the Roughriders. Cohen throws incomplete to Mariner, broken up by A. Johnson. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Cohen throws to Gene for 18 yards to the Calgary 37. Grant with the tackle. So I think that's Grant's 3rd tackle this group of plays for Saskatchewan. Oh, now Cohen throws an interception. Cohen throws an interception to Kyle Wilson at the Calgary 32. Kyle Wilson returns it for 8 yards to the Calgary 40. Brown with the tackle. Oops. And plus. Okay, and then we go over to this side. Vernon Adams is still in the game. Rushes for a good 10 yards. Blaze, how's it going, my friend? So that's why I have this. I guess I should zoom in a bit more. So this is everything that has happened, Blaze. That's why I have this up on the screen. To be honest, who I want to win? Oh, Adams threw an incomplete pass to Janice. You know what? This has already been a sloppy game already. Because both starting quarterbacks for this game have both thrown interceptions. It's going to be a crapshoot. I can see this being a low scoring game. Or I don't know. I haven't liked what I've seen so far with these two teams. So this is 2nd and 10 from the 51. There is a flag on the field. And Adams throws a pass to Chiquette. So it seems like there's possibly 2 flags to be on the call. Offside Saskatchewan. Okay, so it seems like there was offside on Saskatchewan and then roughing on Calgary. So they're going to replay second down, and it's going to be 2nd and 20. 6:10 left in the first quarter. Adams throws it deep. Phil Pont catches it at the Saskatchewan touchdown. Or Calgary touchdown, I should say. Yeah, so Blaze, so this is Saskatchewan or Calgary on offense. This is Saskatchewan on offense. So right now, this should be updated. Oh, there we go. Oh, so it's unnecessary roughness. So I can update my banner now. Oh, it's already starting to rain in Calgary. So now Calgary is going to be kicking off to Saskatchewan. So Saskatchewan will take it from the inside the 25 and will return it to the 38-yard line. So, question is, Cohen passes to Duncan Busby for 9 yards to Saskatchewan 47. It's going to be a first or second and one, maybe second and short, second and one. Tommy Stevens is in for the short yardage, and there's a flag on the field. Calgary was offside, so it's 5 yards, so it's an automatic first down. Bertrand Hudon rushes for 4 yards. Motin with the tackle, so we got 2nd and 6 at the Calgary 54. So for those that want to watch along, you can go to CFL.ca and click on what do they have it as? Video, and then click on CFL Plus, and then you'll be able to watch it for free for preseason, since TSN isn't showing today's preseason game. Cohen rushes for 12 yards to the Calgary 42. Motin with the tackle. Cohen throws incomplete to Runji at the Calgary 40. So it's 2nd and 10 from the Calgary 42. Cohen throws it. Incomplete. But there's a penalty on Calgary for offside. So it's, what is it, 2nd and 5? So it's going to be 2nd and 5 from the Calgary 37. Cohen throws a pass incomplete to Marner to the Calgary 18, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Calgary 37. So Kim goes for a field goal kick. Ooh, I forgot to add those in for today. It's so Josh Love's now in the game. Love throws incomplete to Eric Brooks. Okay, here we go. I'll have to do that at halftime. Love throws incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the Calgary 40 as Calgary leads 7-3 with 1:02 left in the first quarter. Yeah, no worries, Blaine. Yeah, I'm going to go through the player stats. And like I said, I have the bar thing at the bottom to update after each play. And there's a flag on the play, on the punt. And for no yards on Calgary. So it's a 15-yard penalty. So you're already so you go, that's the thing with no yards, you get a 15-minute or 15-yard penalty, and you already go from the 27-yard to the 42, and you already have great field position already. Yeah, so Blaze, I'm going to be doing all preseason games, and then regular season games that I'm not at I'll be doing, and then the ones that I'm at, I'll be doing on a tape delay, but I'll be doing all games this year. So Anderson got a 2-yard gain, and there's a flag on the play. 24 seconds left. Unnecessary roughness, 15 yards. So on Hill. So basically, all those yards that you just got from that no yard, you just gave it back to them. So now you go back to the 20, Saskatchewan 27. Keep in mind, all these penalties that are being called today are basically the Americans up in the CFL still learning the rules of the CFL. This is the final play of the first quarter. Pitch the screen to the near side. And Cohen throws to Anderson for 8 yards to the Saskatchewan 35. So that's where we're going to start the second quarter from the Calgary or Saskatchewan 35, sorry. And it's going to be second and 17, I believe. So while we do this, what do I have them in format wise? Because there's graphics that I have, but I can't remember what I have them in. So I forgot that I had them. Oh, okay. No. Wait, do I already have... Ooh, I already have them converted. Well, those ones anyways. Nope, I don't have stamps. I gotta do stamps. So I can do that right now while we wait for the second quarter to kick up. Okay, so balance. There we go. There's that one. So that we have graphics when there's touchdowns and field goals. Who's looked better so far? Okay, so just 1 second before I get into that. Chapman punted for 53 yards to the Calgary 22. McAllister returns for 10 yards to the Calgary 32. I would say Calgary has so far since they've gotten a touchdown. One's 449. So Josh Love is now in the game. Lynch Adams rushes for 0 yards to the Calgary 32. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. So love passes to Lynch Adams for 7 yards to Calgary 39. Miller with the tackle. So you got 3rd and 3 from the Calgary 39. So Calgary will be coming on to punt the ball. So 3rd and 3 as Calgary punts the ball all the way to the 13th of Saskatchewan. And he's brought down at the 29-yard line. So Vassett punts 59 yards to the Calgary or Saskatchewan 12. Jay Johnson returns for 17 yards to Saskatchewan 29. Bum, 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 bum. Do, do, bum, bum, bum. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Cohen's still in the game for Saskatchewan. Fakes it and throws it. And pass it to Janae for 16 yards to Saskatchewan 45. Bynum with the tackle, who Bynum comes over to Calgary from Edmonton. So it's going to be a first down Saskatchewan at the 45. Cohen throws to Sexton for 23 yards to Calgary 42. Larson with the tackle. And it's going to be another first down Riders. $11:30 left in the second quarter. Oh. Cohen throws incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. So they call it defensive pass interference, Calgary. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, so it's going to be a 20-yard pass or 21-yard penalty. So it's going to be going down to the Calgary 21, and it's going to be a first down, Saskatchewan. Going through is incomplete to Sexton at the Calgary 11, broken up by Thomas. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the Calgary 21. Oh, Cohen gets tackled. He goes to throw the ball as he gets tackled. It's picked up by a Saskatchewan player. I don't know if they're going to say that this was fumbled or if it was incomplete pass. So it looks like fumble, but Saskatchewan picks up a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Saskatchewan. They're going to kick a field goal. So let's get to our Saskatchewan field goal notice. So it's going to be 7-6 for Calgary in the second quarter. Time to update my banner. That's second quarter. Three, 4. Hale kicks a 63-yard field goal or punt to the Calgary 17. Chiquette returns it for 13 yards to the Calgary 30. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Calgary 30. So Love passes incomplete to Horton. Is broken up by Malcolm Bell. Love passes to Hunter for 12 yards to the Calgary 42. Jay Ford with the tackle. First down, Stampeders. Lynch Adams rushes for 3 yards to the Calgary 45, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 from the Calgary 45. Love passes incomplete to Horton. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the Calgary 45. Love has not been doing well. Weeb tries to break one tackle, but he's not able to break the second one. So the Stampeders will be starting on the Saskatchewan 20-yard line after a 10-yard return from Daniel Wiebe. Yeah, CFL is only 3 downs. It's not like the NFL where you have 3 downs and then you punt on 4th. This you basically, most teams will either run on 1st and then pass on 2nd, or they'll pass on 1st and run on 2nd, or they'll pass on 1 on 1st down and 2nd down, or they may just, if it's short, like 2nd and inches or something like that, then they'll just rush the that half an inch. You gotta remember, Blaze, this is preseason, so not the team's number one players are all playing. A lot of these are rookies, except for a few players. Cohen throws an completed pass to Winfrey for 6 yards to Saskatchewan 26. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. Like, the regular season doesn't begin until June 4th. These are just preseason games. So Winfrey gets a pass from Cohen for 3 yards to Saskatchewan 29. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. So this is the interesting thing where it goes, okay, so you're 3rd and 1. You're at the 29 yard. Do you go for that extra 1 yard? So Saskatchewan decides to go for it, but there is a flag on the field. Third time offside on the defense. Stevens throws incomplete to Janae. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Saskatchewan 34. So Hills is on the sack. So Cohen was sacked for 11 yards. So 3rd and 22 from the 23-yard line as they punt away to Calgary. So the returner loses footing and starts off at the Calgary 42-yard line. So, Blaze, you got to remember, during practice, during camp, you're really playing against your own defense. So you're really playing two-hand touch. This is the first time anyone's playing tackle before the season begins. You have today, you have this upcoming weekend, and then you have the weekend of the 30th. Final cuts are made, and then regular season starts on June 4th. So Love makes a pass to McAllister for 13 yards to the Saskatchewan 51. Hughes with the tackle. Let's go do this. Love is now sacked for 7 yards to the Calgary 52. What is it for? Oh, Lighthouse. Love throws to Lynch Adams for 27 yards to Saskatchewan 31. Sapp the third with the tackle. It's going to be a first down, Calgary. First and 10 with 2:20 left of the second quarter. Josh Love rushes for 21 yards down to the Saskatchewan 10. So a minute 50 left. Calgary's on their 10-yard line. Love takes it back, throws it to McAllister at the 1-yard line for 9 yards to Saskatchewan 1. So a short yardage team is going to come in for Calgary. Quincy Vaughns, who's now playing fullback, will line. Oh. And they're saying touchdown, but there's a flag. And you have offside on the Riders. So now we have a touchdown. So you know what that means? That means we have a Saskatchewan touchdown. And you know what that means? Oh, what's the horse's name? Fast Five is doing its, or Quick Six is doing her run down the sidelines. And it is 14-6. With a minute 19 left in the second quarter. before halftime. And we could possibly be having a guest join us from halftime analysts and discussion. You will have to wait at halftime to see who that guest is. Stamps kick it off to the Stamps 1 yard line. Returns it to about the 26 yard line. 1:13 left. No, so it's Blaze, it's 6 points for a touchdown, 1 point for the extra points. So it's like, think of it as NFL. You get the touchdowns were 6, extra point is worth 1. You can so they're gonna re-kick it. So it's actually, if you think you could score a touchdown and go for a 2-point convert and tie the game. Because 6 and 8 is 14, so it's basically, you could say, okay, you've scored a touchdown and missed the extra point, but they only really scored 2 field goals. So Saskatchewan's really playing a lot of their rookies because you don't play your starters on the road in preseason. So next weekend in Saskatchewan, or I think it's in Saskatoon, you will have more vets will play next weekend's Saskatchewan game. So 1:19 and they kick off again. And he gets kicks in the end zone and he fumbles, hits his hands and fumbles forward. At least it came out of the end zone. Returns at 26 yards to the Saskatchewan 19. So you got a minute and 11. So before they had to re-kick it, they had better field position than what they have now. Oh, Cohen gets sacked again. So Joseph with the sack of 5 yards to Saskatchewan 14. So that's twice now that he's been sacked. So 2nd and 16 for Saskatchewan. Cohen throws to Anderson for 6 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. And there's a flag on the field. With 20 seconds left, so illegal punt. So they go from the Calgary 51 to the Saskatchewan 49. So 1st and 10, Saskatchewan 49 with 20 seconds left. You have a time for like 3 plays. Love throws deep to Tevin Jones, incomplete. So that's 7 seconds off the clock. So you can do 1 play and then kick the field goal on 3rd down. But you gotta make a play first and then kick the field goal. And there's a flag on the play. So it looks like a procedure on Calgary. So 2nd and 15, 13 seconds left. Love sacked for 1 yard. So Saskatchewan 55. So that's 2 sacks each on each team. And Marcus says football's back, thank God. Except for this game's been very sloppy. So Dave Dickinson's going to go for the field goal here. Yeah, this is just, you can tell these are not starting quarterbacks. I mean, outside of Vernon Adams. But it's just like penalties and sacks, and it's just been a disgusting first half. 62-yard kick. Let's go. And it's just wide. Misses it, but returns it for 53 yards. So no good. So it's going to be halftime. Calgary leads 14-6. Hi, Jacob.
How's it going, Rick?
Let me switch my headphones because I went from my iPad to my PC.
I'm in the show.
So
I've never been on the back end of
copyrighted.
StreamYard this way. I can't put on any of my sound effects. This is weird.
Connected. Come on, say it. Connected. Let's go. Come on, headphones. Don't do this dirty to me. There we go. Now I can hear you.
Now you can hear me. That is good.
Now I can hear you.
Hearing is good.
So what are your thoughts on this first half?
Well, Rick, I gotta say, first of all, thanks for letting me join you on Hamilton Sports Central.
No
Always love joining you here. I want to talk about love in Calgary, and I'm not loving it. If I'm a Calgary Stampeder coach, fan, whoever, I have some concerns about Love as my backup quarterback. He doesn't seem to read defense as well. He doesn't want to react. I think he could have been picked off a couple times in that first half. Like, not looking good, in my opinion. Like 5 for 10, 68 yards. I could have sworn he threw a pick. Maybe I'm crazy.
That was Adams who threw that pick.
Yeah, I know Adams did too, but I thought after that, at least Adam looked good after that first drive.
No, I'm just saying it was Cohen and Adams who threw the first pick.
Thank you.
And I'm still not sold on Cohen as a backup for Saskatchewan either.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's tough to say. Like, he just doesn't seem to. He seems to want to stay in the pocket a little too often. I don't know if you remember Kerry Joseph back in the day, how he just was so indecisive.
Yes.
I'm kind of feeling that with Cohen too. I'll be curious to see in the second half if either team decides to go to a third quarterback, maybe bring in another quarterback to see what they can do.
Well, Calgary, if you remember from the pregame, Calgary had 4 dressed And Saskatchewan, I think Saskatchewan had 4 dressed, if I'm not mistaken. But the other thing that I noticed was the amount of penalties in that first half.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Both lines were really struggling with that 1 yard space you need to give in the CFL versus the NFL.
So just before we continue, Blaze says, should they have made that field goal or was that near impossible? Listen, if you're going to go and try to tell me you're going to go kick a
62-yarder.
A 63-yarder?
63.
In the CFL, buddy, unless your name's Sergio Castillo, you're on crack.
Or like Boris Beatty back
in
the day.
That.
Yeah, like that's a tough. I mean, in preseason, I don't mind going for it. You want to see what these kickers can do, but I don't know. Like that's certainly not an easy kick.
That Philpott touchdown.
That's
what happens when people aren't covering their man.
And also, I got to say, too, it's a good job by Vernon Adams extending the pocket, right? Extended the play long enough so Philpott can get open. And that's what VA can do, right? Like, he certainly has that big playability.
I mean, the Saskatchewan receivers haven't done bad. You have 2 rookies with sacks.
Even Saskatchewan's D-line doesn't look terrible. Like, I mean, as they've been kind of learning that 1 yard rule, because for anyone who's newer to the CFL, in the NFL, your like linemen are right on the line. In the CFL, you have to give a yard on either side.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people were doing wrong, is they weren't given that yard. And that's the thing, is you got to remember, Americans coming up to the CFL are going to have a harder time trying to get used to the CFL than if you go from CFL to NFL.
Oh, 100%, because a lot of CFL guys, then they go play American ball again. They've played American rules before. A lot of these Americans coming to Canada, they've never played Canadian-style football, and there's a lot of little nuances that are just different. So I'm not surprised about the amount of penalties we're seeing. I am a little surprised that Jack Cohen isn't looking better. I was expecting more out of him so far today.
I'm curious to see who else they're going to bring in. I mean, I think actually, you know what? Let me bring it up, because I can just bring it over. I was just going to bring it up
as well. My mouse died, so I got to use my trackpad, which sucks.
Ooh, nice.
But Rick, I know you sent it to me, which was
I will save it, and then I will bring it over on screen, so.
I like screens.
Yeah. So
they only dressed 3 quarterbacks.
Shager. So unless Cohen plays the first half and Shager goes and plays the second half.
Because I feel with Tommy Stevens, you kind of know he's a short yardage bulldog. Like, he's not really he kind of reminds me of Strevler. Like, similar. I know Strevler's retired now, but I just mean a similar style.
Yeah.
So maybe they give this Shagger a chance. I mean,
you know who I haven't seen in the first half? Is Letcher Jr. and Mims.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen Letcher Jr. Returning any kicks, because remember, there's no Miro Alford, as you know, Rick. I'm sure you're thrilled about this, as I'm about to say it. He's a Hamilton Tiger Cat now. So that's a big hole for the Roughriders to fill, right? Like, I mean, I know Alfred had some injury problems last year, but this guy's a dog. Like, one of the best kick returners in the CFL.
I'm just glad he's gone out west. We don't have to deal with him in the East. He can go out west, and that can be a Winnipeg problem.
Exactly. But it'll be interesting. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm surprised we haven't really seen any of Letcher Jr.
What do you think about? So you've had 2 different kickers, 2 different ranges. Hale kicked a 28-yard field goal. Kim kicked a 45. It's not really the same kicker.
I will see with Kim, though. I've been watching some videos on kicking lately, and his approach looked good. It was a good, accurate kick, 45-yarder. It's a kick that should be made, but it's also not a chip shot.
Yeah.
So, because remember, too, Brett Lothner's no longer with Saskatchewan Roughriders. He's now in the Ottawa Redblacks. So the kicking position is wide open. I thought Kim looked good for his kick. I mean, they both made them. But what I was impressed with Kim is it was a decently long kick. Looked like it still had more leg. It could have been 50. And right down the middle. So, I mean, there's not much more you can really ask for that. I don't know what that'll be an interesting storyline to watch in Saskatchewan. What's your thought, Rick, on the kicking situation there?
To be honest, I'm not a Riders fan, but I don't even know who has the inside at this point. I think it's going to come down to next weekend's game against Winnipeg.
Yeah,
I think that's who they play next week. That first kick where it bounced into the end zone and then went out of bounds, I'm not going to lie, I thought that was a single. I completely forgot that it's not a single. Only because I'm listening to the commentators and they're saying, oh, it's a single. It's 1 point.
Yeah. Excuse me. Apologies. It's kind of funny, though, when I was watching it right away, they're like, that's a single. I'm like, no, it's not. Because now it's got to go all the way through the end zone. If it comes out on the side, it's no longer a rouge.
So it has to come out of the end zone.
So it has to go all the way. If it just goes out at the sides, it doesn't count as a rouge anymore.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Well, because I think they were saying it kind of takes away the rouge. You're at least getting rewarded of kicking it all the way through the end zone because it's such a big end zone. So when you're missing it,
at least we don't have you guys losing by it. Did you guys win or lose by it?
We won by a missed field goal against Winnipeg a couple years ago.
Yeah, so it's all. So if anyone to blame for this rule, it's you guys. You guys are partial blame for this.
Yeah, I remember they were talking to Liram Alawahu about that kick, and he's like, honestly, I just knew we were tied and we were in overtime, so I just knew I just needed to kick it deep, so I just hit it as hard as I could.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I mean, you know what? That's good. That's good situational football, right? So
Dave Dickinson, I can tell you just before you came on, he was not too pleased.
You know what? I don't think he should be either. I don't think Calgary's looked as good as I was expecting. I think I saw enough from VA that I'm happy with it. I know the one pick was bad, but then he was able to make a couple other nice plays, good run, like fine. But I think Calgary offensively hasn't looked great. Even defensively, he's not going to be happy with Love's the one bit longer run from Love, which was 21 yards there. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm Calgary. Like, if my leading rusher is my backup quarterback, I don't know if I'm overly happy with the running game at the moment. And I think defensively they're looking okay. I mean, at least they were able to get to Cohen a couple of times. But if you get against a quarterback that actually moves, that could be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I'm just.
Oh, we have an interesting comment here, Rick, about Jack Cohen.
Yeah, so Brandon April says, I can say Jack Cohen probably won't be the backup behind Trevor Harris because he isn't doing good. You got to remember, this isn't against the number ones.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to do well. If Harris was to go down, I don't believe I would have that enough faith to have Tommy Stevens be the quarterback for the rest of the season.
He can't really throw. I say he's kind of like a Strevler.
I haven't seen him throw the ball, so I can't say if he's good at throwing the ball.
He's not. It looks like we're just getting underway here, so I'm going to take off shortly then, Rick. But I do want to ask you then before I head off.
Halftime?
Yeah, they're only doing a 12-minute halftime because of the weather. Oh, nice kick return. Do you think, and I want to get this from you, and then I'm going to take off for a bit, but do you think you could maybe see Saskatchewan looking to free agency at either like a Jeremiah Masoli or a McLeod Bethel-Thompson? I know they're both older guys too.
And Brandon says Jack Cohen's holding the ball for a long time. If they have the cap space.
I mean, maybe you cut one of these other quarterbacks. I don't know what you're paying Jack Cohen, but
yeah.
But anyways, Rick, thanks for having me on, and enjoy the rest of your live
That was a
stream.
quick 12 minutes. I'm not going to lie.
Well, okay, but you had me for the 12 minutes. I'm an entertaining guy.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Hey, thanks very much, Rick, and I'm sure we'll see you later again at the analyst desk later on. And guys, remember, Rick's one of the best places for CFO content you're going to find here in Hamilton Sports Central. So I'll talk to you in a bit, Rick.
See ya. So as we finish that off, Lynch Adams rushes for 1 yard to the Calgary 45. So now we have a new quarterback change for Calgary. We have Woolridge in at QB. And he throws for a 25-yard pass to Saskatchewan 40. So you're already in Saskatchewan territory already with a 25-yard pass to Genuous. So let's quickly get this updated. Because I forgot to do it during halftime. Lynch Adams rushes for 4 yards to Saskatchewan 36. Saskatchewan Calgary is 2nd and 6 at the Saskatchewan 36. Save that. Brandon April says, I say bring in a quarterback that got released from Montreal that played short yardage. Caleb Evans. Yeah, you could bring him in. Woolridge rushes for 1 yard, so that is going to be 3rd and 5. He also says, do you think Saskatchewan will sign Roughriders will sign Caleb Evans? If Corey Mace is not happy with the quarterbacks after week 2 of the preseason, I say you have to sign a quarterback with CFL experience. And they go to kick another field goal. This time it's wide right again. And they return it out to the 25-yard line. So that's 2 field goals now. One was a 63, and it was no good. And this one was a 42-yard and no good. And Jay Johnson returns it for 40 yards to the Saskatchewan 23-yard line. Let's play some little CFL Plus music. He says, or they bring in that quarterback that got released from Toronto that played in 2024. Are you talking about Dukes? Because Jared Dagg just got signed by BC. Max Donegan just got signed by Ottawa. So unless you're talking, Horn's still with the team. So the only one that you could be thinking about is Cameron Dukes that I would know of. so we don't get copyrighted, we will turn down the volume. So we have Conley rushes for 4 yards to the Saskatchewan 27. So it's going to be 2nd and 6. I don't remember where I seen Connolly. Oh, Connolly's a running back. Okay, never mind. So, who is... So you have Stevens in now. Stevens throws to Sexton for a 4-yard pass. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. So now we're going to see what Stevens can provide. And Stevens is going to go for it on 3rd and 2. Remember, 3rd downs are automatically reviewed. So Stevens rushes for 3 yards to Saskatchewan 34, and it's going to be a 1st down. They could sign. They could sign Cameron Dukes. Tanner Bean, you can't put on the live game because CFL can or the team can copyright it. So that's why we do watch-alongs. As Stevens passes to Runge is incomplete. Yeah, that's the thing with watch-alongs is you cannot show anything of the actual thing unless you cut it up in bits and do like highlights. Brandon, the only way that I could see him as the only thing with Tommy Stevens as the backup is if Harris goes down. I don't think Stevens is the kind of quarterback like Nick Arbuckle where you can trust him to win you a Grey Cup from week 1 if Harris was to go down. Steven passes to Sexton for 7 yards to Saskatchewan 41. Like, for a backup, yeah, I could see that happening. But if Harris goes down, I do not see Stevens as your next starter for the rest of the season. That's my only issue with. Oh, okay, so I just got to move it over. I just got to, I mean, it was only for a little bit. I can move it over, so. I mean, every league, if they want to be jerks, like the NHL and the NFL, they can copyright it. TSN, you can't use their footage unless it's highlights. So I just moved it over there. I didn't realize that it was showing on screen. Well, go if you don't like it. If you don't like the way that it is, there's CFL Plus that you can go watch it on. I'm not showing live streams. Yeah. TSN might not. I can say Calgary Stampeders would have a problem with it. Because you're using their content without their permission. Who do you think Saskatchewan would sign as a backup? Plus, we didn't get to see. No, and I'm sure he will be playing in the fourth quarter. I can't say for sure because I'm sure they'll play Stevens third quarter, and then because they already know what they have in Stevens, and then you'll probably see him in the fourth quarter. While we're on a whatchamacallit, TV timeout, I can finally fix my banner. Let's go over to the Calgary side. Actually, no, I won't even worry about it now. I mean, run. He can just join on Facebook and go from there. So Wooldridge passes for 20 yards. So Woolridge is already 3 for 3, and he's already has 45 yards, and I'm pretty sure he's thrown rush. Okay, sorry, he's 2 for 2 and 45 yards. Hi, Dan. Again, I gotta see. I can't comment on a guy I haven't seen as a backup yet or played, and you can't base it off of college football. Because if you're gonna base it off of college football, that means Johnny Manziel would have done amazing in the CFL, and he did garbage. So you can't always base it off college stats. Lynch Adams rushed for 4 yards to gain to Saskatchewan 43, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. Woolridge rushes for 3 yards to Saskatchewan 40, so that's going to be 3rd and 3. So now if you really wanted to kick a field goal now, this is where you could kick. Because if I'm not mistaken, you go back 7 yards to where the ball is. Or are they going to go for it? I mean, there's nothing wrong. You're already in their end zone. You might as well go for it. Because the last 2 times your kicker's kicked, you know this kicker can't kick beyond 40. And they're going to go for it on 3rd and 2. 5:48 left in the third quarter. Ooh, did they get enough, though, is the question. He just got enough, so he rushes to the Saskatchewan 37 for 3 yards for a first down, Stampeders. So John Anthony, so he actually only played 5 snaps. He played 5 snaps, and then Love came in. Woolridge passed for 5 yards to Watley to Saskatchewan 32. And Brandon says, Braden Shager threw for 10,000 yards. Again, Johnny Manziel did well in college. Not every American quarterback comes up to the CFL and does well. I need to see him play. Give me 2 preseason games to see with what he can do in the CFL, and then I'll say You can, because Johnny Manziel came up here, overhyped and everything, and he did garbage. I'm not saying this guy will do bad. I just want to see some game film on him first. That's all I'm asking. Wooldridge rushed for 5 yards to the Saskatchewan 27 for a first down. So now Wooldridge is trying to impress for that backup position, even though they still have another preseason game left. .320 left in the third quarter, 1st and 10 at Saskatchewan 27. And Lynch Adams gets rushed for a 1 yard loss to Saskatchewan 28, so it's 2nd and 11. And just for those that are on here today, we will be back Friday night for the Montreal-Ottawa preseason watch-along. Saturday, I will be at the Ticat game. So next week, I will be doing watch delays from Saturday's games next Monday, with me working for an American company. We get next Monday off too, so I'll be doing those on the channel. Woodridge pass incomplete to Jay Hunter, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the Saskatchewan 28. And we finally have a Rough Rider or Stampeder field goal. So you know what that means. That means this. Yes, I know Rene Paredes was not the field goal kicker, but he's just the kicker for now. And the thing. Brandon says, I'm going to my first Rough Rider game on June 13th, and I might go there to their practice at Mosaic. If you're going to go to the practice, make sure that it's not the walkthrough, because the walkthroughs are closed to the public. So just make sure that you go to a practice during the week. So it is now 17-6. No, not just. Oops. Don't wait. I can just go like this. So that. Jonathan says, I hope the Riders didn't have a Cinderella season last year. I've been a Riders fan for over 20 years, and I've seen it all. I'm hoping they repeat as champs. So the only thing that I will say, Jonathan is, or John, sorry, is you guys have, you guys didn't replace the players that left on the defensive line as Cooley rushes for a 2-yard gain. So it's 2nd and 8 from the Saskatchewan 42. And who did I have? And you also have AJ Allen's a big player that you guys lost as well. And you lost some key receivers, which I'm sure you guys will be able to replace, no problem. So, as Brandon says, Braden Shager is in now. So let's see how well he can do. So a 10-yard pass to Winfrey to Saskatchewan 52. Pretty sure that they play. Yeah, they play Winnipeg Saturday at 7. And Shager passes. Oh, they haven't registered yet, but he just made another pass. Oh, but there's a penalty. So Saskatchewan got the penalty because they're moving backwards. So they got holdings. So it was a 9-yard pass. But because of the penalty, it's voided. So it goes from Calgary's 52 to Saskatchewan's 48. So he'll get about a quarter and a couple of plays. Because there's 20 seconds left in the third. Is that Sexton again? Yeah. Shager throws to Sexton for 24 yards to the Calgary 38. Time for one more play in the third quarter. And he throws a deflection. So an incomplete pass. So we'll end the third quarter as we head to the fourth, as Calgary leads 17-6. So let's look at some team stats. So there's been almost the size of a football field and penalties, which is normal because this is players are playing in the CFL for the first time. 205 passing yards to Saskatchewan's 149. Rushing, I'd say it's almost equal. First downs. Calgary hasn't had any first downs where it's been a penalty leading to a first down. 2 sacks. Each team has 1 interception. Field goals. Calgary's 1 for 3. Saskatchewan's 2 for 2. And punt returns. 5 punts for Saskatchewan. 3 for Calgary. And time of possession's almost the same. Yeah, like I said, he'll play the full fourth quarter, and then what was it, 3 plays? 3 plays of the third quarter. John Anthony says, "Is this the last year of Bo Levi Mitchell?" No, unless somehow Hamilton pulls out this Grey Cup win this year. I could see him retire, but he's technically signed for the 26, 20, and 27 season. Unless he gets injured and he just calls it a career. But that's the only Those are the only two scenarios where I don't see him playing next year. Also, you got to remember, they've brought Trey Ford in so that when Bo does retire, Trey Ford will be ready to start in Hamilton. Shager passes to Sexton for 20 yards to the Calgary 18. So it's going to be first down on the Calgary 18-yard line. The only thing is, Brandon, is if he does well this game and he does become the backup, what's he going to do against teams' defenses that are number one, like not rookie defenses, but like a team's starters on defense? Conley rushes for 0 yards to the Calgary 18, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. And Pollard with the tackle. So, like, for us, when we play Toronto at our stadium on Saturday, which will be on TSN, you'll see our vets play probably a quarter. As Shager gets sacked for 7 yards, they'll probably play a quarter because the following week in Guelph, the rookies will be playing, and then you have such a short period from that Saturday to the Thursday. You only have what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday walkthrough, and then games on Thursday. John Anthony says, I hope the Bombers have a crappy season again. I mean, they have Tommy Condell, so. And Jay Kim kicks a 33-yard field goal, so let's get our field goal animation going. So it's now 17-9. At least when Saskatchewan plays Winnipeg for the preseason home game for Saskatchewan, you'll see Harris play for probably a quarter. I mean, they could sign him, Brandon, and he's saying that Calgary or Saskatchewan could sign Christian Veilleux. He's Canadian. Yeah, he is Canadian. But even though he's played U Sports, but what can he do in the CFL is the question. Does anyone know what's going on with the fantasy site? Last time I looked at the fantasy site, I'm sure it will be up at some point this week. Because it says launching spring. But you have to remember, Scott, is I'm sure they'll have where you can register next week, I think, because rosters won't be fully active until June 1st because the 30th is when final cuts are made. As Dante Monkmahan from Toronto last year rushes for 10 yards for a first down at the Calgary 50. Criswell rushes for 2 yards to the Calgary 52. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. But that would be my honest opinion, Scott, is they'll probably get it up running next week, and then people can register, and then by Monday, Tuesday, they'll have the rosters and everything, and then people will have probably 2 to 3 days to do their drafts, and then, yeah. Criswell passes to Sibley for 17 yards to Saskatchewan 41. BC will be the team to beat. They have Rourke. But you got to remember, Rourke goes down. You got to depend your season on Jared Doge or Daggy, whatever. So that's what it all depends on it. So Scott, right? So I'm watching on my iPad on CFL Plus. So this Saturday's game, the Hamilton Toronto will be on TSN. All the other games this week will be on CFL Plus. Then on the 30th, all of the games that day will be on CFL Plus, except for the except for the Montreal and Ottawa game on the 30th. That one will be on TSN. I'm getting my notification that I need to flip this over and plug in my tablets. So I'll have to watch it down like this. Ooh, it throws incomplete. So again, Brandon, this all comes down to what difference the changes on Saskatchewan makes from last year. You guys may have won the season series versus BC last year. You guys also lost AJ Allen. Micah Johnson retired. Malik Carney left. And Hodge kicked another field goal, so that's 20. You guys don't have, what the heck is his name? Oh, I have it here. You guys also lost. No, I want the retired time because I have it here. Myers, you guys lost Myers. You guys. Kadeem Carey's gone. I'm just trying to think of who else. Picton retired. Bain Jr.'s gone. 4 pieces of your offensive line are gone. Shane Wright is gone. CJ Avery's still unsigned. Like, I need to see more from your defense. Like, yeah, you guys brought in Josh Woods, but what's Josh Woods going to do right away? Yeah, they own the rights to him. He has to get cut from the team. Then on top of that, you have to have, because I can tell you, with the season he had last year, you ain't going to get him cheap. So now you guys will then be over the cap, because I can guarantee you he's going to want top dollar, because he was your guys' top receiver last year. And I can already tell you, you guys will be in the penalty in the offseason because you guys would have spent over the cap if Myers comes back. But that's just my opinion. Shager passes to Jay Johnson for 9 yards, just Saskatchewan 49, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. So you'll probably see Tommy Stevens come out for the short yardage. Honestly, have Cooley just run it. Nope, Tommy Stevens is out for the 2nd and 1. 8:37 left in the fourth quarter. And also, don't forget, other teams have improved too this year. So where's that going to put you guys? And then on top of that, next year the playoffs change. So you could have potentially BC, Toronto, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg all in the west side. And you'd have Chad Kelly, Zach Claros, Nathan Rourke, and Trevor Harris all within one division playoffs. So it will be interesting to see what they do next year. And Shager throws an incomplete pass to Sexton. And I'm sure on Saturday you guys will probably see AJ Ouellette will probably play a quarter. A bunch of their other vets will probably play a quarter just to get that film, because week 1, you guys don't play a game on week 1, so that means you guys played BC in week 2, so your vets may play more than a quarter on Saturday, because then you guys don't play for 2 weeks. So Shager rushes for 9 yards to the Calgary 50, and then Connolly rushes for 5 yards to the Calgary 45, which gives them a first down for Saskatchewan. So 6:20 left in the fourth quarter, and it's Calgary 20 and Saskatchewan 6. So Shager throws incomplete to McBain. I think that's his first reception today. Yeah, his first reception today. So it's going to be second and 10 at the Calgary 45. Shager probably got maybe I was going to give him at least 3 or 4, but he only rushed for 1 yard to the Calgary 44. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. What does Saskatchewan do? 4:51 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, they're going to go for it on 3rd and 9. Throws it to Waltz for 5 yards to the Calgary 39. However, it is turnover on downs, as they don't get the 9 yards that they need. So this Saturday, if I had to predict, we will see Bo, Peters, Cachatonis, McManus, Talbert, Stubblefield, probably all for a quarter. I haven't seen the depth chart yet. I'm sure there's going to be at least 3 or 4 people at each position. You'll see a lot of Trey Ford this weekend and in Guelph. I think you'll see Watts and Roundtree this weekend, and some Augustine. You'll see some Lawler for like a couple of plays. Gittins Jr., Keandre Smith, Wheatfall. Hopefully Wheatfall plays a bit this week. But yeah, I'll be pumped for this week's game. I mean, he hasn't done bad. He's 5 for 8, 74 yards. It's a small sample size, but I will like to see. I'm sure he'll get more playing time on Saturday versus Winnipeg when they play their second preseason game than just a full quarter and like 3 plays of the third. Dante Makmahan rushes for 1 yard to the Calgary 40-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. So Criswell is the quarterback for the Stamps for the fourth quarter, or the remaining of the fourth quarter anyways. So with what I've seen, I'm not sold on Love as a second string backup to Vernon Adams, as Criswell gets sacked by the Stampeders for a 1-yard loss. So it's going to be back to the 2nd and 10. Or now they're saying 3rd and 8. Now they're saying 3rd and 10. Make up your mind. 3 minutes and 16 seconds left as they're coming on to punt the ball to the Stampeders. So Hodge is going to go out there and punt it for the Stamps. Time count before the 3-minute warning or during converts. So they go back 5 yards. And they're going to reattempt the punt. Catches it at the 35. I think he got it to like the 40. If I'm not mistaken. And that was Weeby who returned it for 6 yards to the 40. As they go for another TV timeout or radio timeout, since they're really using the Calgary feed in the stadium for video purposes. And I appreciate all 63 people who are watching this live stream. Very much appreciated. So again, we will be back on Friday nights as we will be doing a live stream, as it will be the Alouettes. Let me just make sure I got this right. It will be Ottawa Redblacks at the Alouettes. So it'll be Montreal's home preseason game this upcoming weekend, or this upcoming week. So that's where we sit for that. As we wait for this last 3 minutes to play out. I honestly think this game has gone quicker than normally games. See Shager, see what he can do. Shager throws it. Oh, Shager actually runs with it. Runs for 7 yards to Saskatchewan 47. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from Saskatchewan 47-yard line. Exactly 3-minute warning. Together we ride. And together you fall. Home opener for Calgary is June 5th against Winnipeg. The Tommy Condell era begins on the road against the Stamps. The year of the horse is now. Together we ride. Also, for those that do want to watch this that did miss this, you have up to 48 hours on CFL Plus before you can't watch it. anymore. So, like, I'm sure you could probably watch it this week. And then come Friday, it'll already have, like, week 2 stuff on there. So I'd probably say by Wednesday. Shager threw a complete pass to Winfield for 10 yards to the Calgary 53. Alexander with the tackle. It's going to be a first down. And it will be 2:54 left on the Calgary 53 for Saskatchewan. Shager's going to throw it into double coverage, but it's incomplete. I will say, even though Saskatchewan's going to lose this game, there's plenty of positives for Saskatchewan for film-wise. Oh. Shager throws a pass to I didn't even see who it was to. Boysher for 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 at the 48. 2:31 left. Oh, and they're going to kick a field goal. From their side of half. Ooh. Oh. Oh, they almost had him in their end zone for safety. It actually gets out. Gets to about the 8-yard line. As Hale kicks a 56-yard field goal. No good. And Horton returned it for 22 yards to Calgary 16, out of bounds. Sibley rushes for 15 yards to the Calgary 31. First down, Stampeders. Mock Mohan rushes for 1 yard to the Calgary 32. Van with the tackle. And there is going to be a penalty coming up on Stampeders. I think that's going to be pushing them back. So it's procedure. So basically offside. And it's going to be 5 yards. So it's going back to the Calgary 27. So it's going to be 2nd and 14. Ooh. Mockmahan rushes for 12 yards, so makes up almost all of their yards plus more. 3rd and 2. What are they going to do? Minute 42 left. I say screw it and go for it. Go for it, pansies. Oh, you're going to call your team off. Should go for it. 3rd and 3, so what if you don't get it? Ooh, it's never mind. It's Calgary 39. I take that back. Because you'd already be giving them excellent field position. Punts it to the 36-yard line for the Stampeders. Minute 17 left. Can Shagger do anything for the Stamps in this minute 17? Regardless if it's a couple of completed passes, a touchdown, what's he going to do in the next minute 17? Throws it deep. Throws it in triple coverage to Jay Johnson. What one guy is going to catch it on triple coverage? Okay, let's see what he has now. Throws it to, S. McBain for 29 yards to Calgary 45. And then he throws it to McBain again for an 8-yard pass to Calgary 37. So already in 2 plays, already to where the ball was before Calgary punted it. So even though this is going to be a losing effort on Saskatchewan, there's some promise that I can see from this game. Just from the offense. Shager rushes for 4 yards to the Calgary 33. First down. 39 seconds left. Shager throws incomplete to McBain. McBean, sorry. So it's 2nd and 10, 36 seconds left. Throws incomplete. 3rd and 10, 30 seconds left. Throws it to Borsch for 13 yards. First down. 21 seconds left. And we are at the Calgary 20. Can he get a touchdown in 21 seconds? Run. And he gets a touchdown. Shager rushes for 20 yards with 4 seconds left on the clock for a touchdown. Five seconds left. First and... Oh, they're going for a 2-point convert. Okay. To make it a 3-point game. Oh, is that going to be a penalty? Because that should have been the game there. I mean, he grabbed him by the face mask, too. Oh, there's 5. Apparently, there's 5 seconds left. Four, 3, 2, 1. That should be a penalty delay game. So what? They get 2 35-second clocks? Or did they call a timeout? Yeah, it's run out of bounds. So Calgary wins by 5 after Saskatchewan makes it interesting at the very last minute. So I will be back Friday night for another preseason watch along, but I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. I thank Jacob Moore, sports analyst from the analyst desk for joining us for our quick halftime show. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. Don't forget to check out other content on the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. And have yourself a great rest of your evening.